Okay, I'm still testing a few things here. But I have an idea. And this is going to possibly be loud, possibly, not sound good at first, but that's why it's an idea. Because I haven't tried it yet. And I guess I can transition this thing over to here while I do it. I thought we were done with Generation 3. Well, guess what? I was wrong. Into studio mode. Because this video, the feed is not properly cropped. Little blue pixel at the bottom. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit whatchamacallit, transform. Hit the screen. That'll throw it in the center. I'm just gonna slide it over to the other side here. Alright, so now it should properly fit the screen. There is no audio at the moment, and that's because my capture card is crap. The crapture card, if you will. So, I bought a moderately high quality and moderately long double-ended audio jack for recording my 3DS. But I could also plug it into my TV. I just don't know if I need to take the ground loop filter off. Did it fall out? Ah, fuck! Sorry about that. Just trying to plug in the headphone cable. And my elbow accidentally touched a really bright light bulb. And it hurt. Please plug in. Why won't you plug in? There we go, it's in now. To tilt my TV forward so I could shove my head behind my TV. Let's take this cable, let's throw it behind my monitors so it's not in my way. I just gotta remember to unplug it from the computer whenever I want to do the 3DS again. Now let's see how bad this sounds. Volume warning. I don't know how bad it sounds. In fact, the chance it might not even be playing it. Oh wait, I have my TV muted. That would explain it. Alright. Now volume warning. Well, that's a good sign. The audio is still playing out of my TV, despite the fact I have something in its headphone jack. Okay, I'm gonna guess that the ground loop filter is preventing this from... Oh, I didn't. Okay. Unplug. Or is the ground loop filter not fully plugged in? No. Volume warning. Okay, still nothing. Fantastic. Why isn't this working? Alright, I have no idea why this isn't working, and I don't really have a lot of ways that I could possibly fix it. Okay. That means I'm gonna have to do the super hot fix solution, which is blast my TV until my microphone picks it up, which is what I had to do before. Okay, so is my microphone currently picking up the game? It does not look like it is. Let's see, my volume's at 4, 5. Okay, well, that's not working either. Fantastic, Dazzle. I'm super happy that I still have you. Okay. Feels like every time I use the Dazzle now, I have to troubleshoot it before I can even go live. Also, my phone is still playing audio. Alright. What else can I try? What is a quick solution I can do? Do I have any just Pokemon music on my computer that I can play? I don't think I do. Okay, I am just completely at a loss of what to do for audio, so instead I have a very, very stupid solution. A very stupid solution that does not excuse my crappy tech. Text. Let's select the good font for this. I don't think I have the Pokemon font installed. I know the text is already visible. But let's stylize this a little bit. Some real-time stream configuration. That. That side. Just gotta add a drop shadow. Outline, chat log alignment, background color. No, I don't want a gradient. Can I not add a drop shadow? I thought I could. Text transform, text alignment. Custom sense? No. Chat log mode, no. Okay, I could add a backdrop if I really, really wanted to, or a drop shadow on it, but I don't want to. Instead, take this. Why am I manually sizing it like that? That looks gross. Set that to 72, and then I make it smaller. And I don't care if it's not properly centered. Best I'm gonna do. Okay. I at least want to hear what I'm doing from my TV. Jesus! Forgot I had that on blasting levels of audio before I muted it. There's a potential you may hear the game while I'm talking, so let me give that a quick test. Okay, so I might have to change that to saying crap audio. But whatever. So we're doing the Ribbons quest today. Kind of. So last we left off on the Ribbons quest, I had completed all but the beauty contest. Television remote over there, it's not like I'm gonna need it. He says as he probably needs it right now. Having the game that loud is kind of annoying. Anyway, last we had left off, I had done all the Generation 4 contests besides the beauty contest. Oh god, what are in these eggs? I want to say these eggs are more ghastly. Let me see how many ghastly I have while I try to maintain a train of thought. We had just done the beauty contest. And I can either swap out what moves I have in my list, or I can begin EV training I can begin EV training my next competitive team. Summary. Do you have a timid nature? Hardy nature? Adamant? Mild? Dang it. No, I want to continue, actually. I gotta go all the way to the end of the boxes. Oh, cool. I think I released all those extra Ghastly. But I need to EV train a team for Gen 4 anyway, for the Battle Frontier. So, do I go to the islands? But, oh, I need to be on the islands to go to the islands. Glad I went to Vermilion City. You have a rainbow pass. Buy the game or die. And I pressed the wrong button. I think. Where am I? One island. I think I just need to go to 4 island. Which I can't go to. Thanks, Gen 3. Well, technically this is a problem in Gen 2, 4 either way. But yeah, I need to EV train the team, and I probably could just reuse Mr. Popo. The problem is I cannot remember. Oh, cool. I cannot remember how I EV trained Mr. Popo. So because of that, I don't know what berries to give him to un-EV train him, and then re-EV train him. So I'm just gonna make a new Gengar. And now I had a Gengar with the proper nature. What's the best box to use here? Void? Yeah, sounds about right. Out of here. Do I have something with Magma Body? Flame Armor. I think that'd be a Magmar if I did. Does that trick even work in this game? I don't see a Magmar anywhere. So I'm just gonna remake, or I'm gonna make a new... Why is there an Aeron in here? He's not a Gen 2 Pokemon. Do you have Magma Armor? Flame Body. That works. Oh wait, I was supposed to make room for whatever egg that was. I'm good at this. Alright, so if I could maintain a train of thought for more than 5 seconds, I'll be able to tell you if I could maintain a train of thought without music blasting in me, because I'm just having the best of time talking today. Who is even in here? What egg did I just take? Eevee. I mean, I need eggs for evolutions. But most importantly, I need to make a new... Who's what's it? I would like to be able to speak, but I'm not good at it today. It has been a while. I think. Not all that much of a while. I'm just making excuses because I'm not good, because I'm just not good at this. Except I'm somewhat good at this because I've done it before. It hasn't failed in my face yet. Anyway, we're gonna take Eevee out of here, we're gonna put in a Haunter. Doesn't matter which one. All I know is... we need another Timid Nature Ghastly, so I can remake my Gengar, and why I'm remaking my Gengar in Generation 3 as opposed to using the one I caught in Generation 4 is because the competitively viable team that I found online for the Battle Frontier in Generation 4 requires Gengar to know the move counter. The problem is that Gengar can no longer learn the move counter in Generation 4. I must teach it to him in Generation 3 using either the tutor that is in Fire Red and Leaf Green, which I cannot because I have already used said tutor, or I can spend battle points for it to learn it at the Battle Frontier. I still have a ton of battle points left over from actually doing the Ribbons quest, so I'm going to do that. If only I could convey messages that easily all the time. So basically, step 1 is to hatch a Gengar with a timid nature. Step 2 is... I honestly don't know what step 2 is. I could either A, evolve it into a Gengar now and teach it counter. I would just need to duplicate a lot of rare candies. Or I could teach it counter and then send it up to Generation 4 and then raise it there. I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I should probably also put in something. Add a little bit extra text, because why not? Let's find a good font for this. God, I wish I had the Pokemon font installed on my computer. That'd be cool right now. Also, apparently I don't have the Sims font installed anymore. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. Where's the system font? That's usually a good one. I like the system font. Except that's really small. Step 1. Hatch a timid nature Ghastly. Give it an outline. It's easier to see. Except the text isn't showing up. Is it not going to read the system font? Or is it just too small? Oh. Let's try that again because it's already broken and I didn't do anything. Now it's working. Go back down to the system font because I like that font. Except the system font is what's breaking it. Are you kidding me? Cool, I can't use the fonts I like because... whatever. Fine. What is a generic font? Ooh, that looks generic. Step 1. Hatch a timid nature. Ghastly. Yeah. Oh, God. Just gonna throw that up here. Yeah, this is basically just a winging it stream because I'm still not prepared fully to stream Ribbon's Quest, as you can see by me not actually having the moveset on Gardevoir yet. But I want to stream, and I have, like, nothing else that's ready to be streamed. And plus, to make matters worse, or not even worse, this could be a good thing. But this could very well be the last stream I do on this computer. I have saved up enough money and I have purchased all the parts necessary to build a new computer. I'm just waiting for them to arrive at my friend's house so I can actually build said computer. Computer is supposedly going to be a massive upgrade compared to the computer I'm using now. I'm already getting tired of this music. I mean, it's not like you guys can hear it, but I'm getting tired of it. Yeah, it's, should be pretty good. I have no idea. I'm just going off what my friends are telling me. I also need to buy a few more adapters for it, though, so I can use my current monitors and not need to spend a couple $100 on new monitors. One thing I'm looking forward to is that this PC has a built-in PS2 cable. Okay, not cable, it has a built-in parallel serial 2 port. Means I can use my keyboard that uses a parallel serial 2 connection. As opposed to, well, the keyboard that I'm using currently, which is USB. So I'll be able to get an extra USB, essentially. Because nothing else is going to use that parallel serial 2 port. It's a win-win. The only downside is that keyboard is much bulkier than this one. But I don't have any doubts that it'll fit. I never put the damn thing in daycare. God! No wonder this wasn't working. Yes. Be out of here. Okay, so it would have been working, and then I would have hatched an Eevee, and I would have been confused. Fine, come again. And now I just gotta put this Eevee back in the box. So yeah, hopefully with this new computer I'll be building, I'll be able to stream at better quality. Hopefully. Every time I've ever said that, it's only either been gradual or stuff wouldn't work. But I said in the past that whenever I build a computer, I would try to use Linux for a month. That was mostly because Windows 10 costs a lot of money. But the friend who's helping me build this computer told me he'll take care of getting Windows 10. So I don't have to worry about it. So I might not actually try Linux for a month. I might just make a boot stick and try it out occasionally. If I really like what it offers, then I might just swap to Linux. But otherwise, I'll have something that I know will work. Oh god, this brings back memories of doing EV training before I even started streaming the Ribbons quest. Yeah, if only I could teach Gengar the move counter in Generation 4. I'd be playing on my DS right now. That is literally the only reason I'm on Generation 3 again. And I gotta say, I'm not sure if I missed this. I can't remember how long it took me to get a Ghastly with a timid nature last time I tried this. But yeah, if you've ever wanted to get into competitive Pokemon play... No, I didn't want to go into the... If you've ever wanted to get into competitive Pokemon, welcome. There's still time for you to turn back. I feel like I should edit this text so it doesn't... to be a little bit more, clear. There we go. Oh, another egg. Cool. What? Alright. I actually need to reload the map. I can't remember how many steps it takes for eggs to hatch in this gen. Well, I think it takes the same amount of steps. It's just I can't remember if the flame body trick actually works. And even then, I don't know how long it'll roughly take for me to achieve this many steps. I just could have sworn that I didn't need to enter a house to get him to move into the proper location. But I guess I'm wrong. Would not be the first time I was wrong about something. But yeah, this is all the glitz and glamour of competitive Pokemon. Catching Pokemon with the right natures. Breeding them so you get good natures and potentially good IVs. I don't care about IVs though, I'm battling AIs. Having good IVs isn't going to help me that much. If I was fighting against real people, then maybe having good IVs could make or break the fight. I give the Pokemon Center like 3 loops. Then I'll go in and out to see if there's a new egg. 1, 2, 3. I'm already bad at counting. Yeah, I'm not sure when exactly I'll be building the computer, because even if all the parts show up by tomorrow, which is when all the ETAs I have are supposed to align. Like, some of my parts showed up yesterday, I think some are showing up today, some may show up tomorrow. I think I did 3 laps. But even if everything shows up by tomorrow, there's one thing that I just don't have an ETA on. So I'll be waiting until that just shows up. So I get like the text from my friend that says, "Hey, your case is here." Why am I having everything shipped to a friend's house, not my house? Because my friend has computer building tools. And I don't. Okay, I think I found a possibly easier idea. Albeit more annoying idea. Keep doing this until the man takes a step forward. I think this works. I'm honestly not sure. Can I do it from this place? Aw, no. Wait. Aw, the trick doesn't work. See, like, there's some places. There are, like, very few locations in this game where if you adjust the Game Boy Advance screen size, it will actually show a little bit more than normal. The only example I could think of is the route. I can't remember what route it is. Nope. I want to say this route. No, this route. Route 8. On Route 8, there is a double battle that was added in this generation. And if you stand in the right spot and use the Game Boy Player's zoom feature, you can see it can extend how far you can see by about half a tile. Now, I'm not sure why it does that. And I'm not sure if it makes a difference gameplay-wise, but I know that, like, whenever I played Fire Red as a kid, I would always go to Route 8 to use the VS Seeker, because that was the one, because there was like a specific tile I could stand on, and I could get, like, 8 different trainers, I think, on screen at once. Or maybe it was, like, 6. But if I, like, zoomed out the game with the Game Boy player, I could, again, see an extra half a tile, which would technically put the double battle on screen, even if only half of their tile was on. and I would use the VS Seeker and it would work on them. And now I'm not sure if it's just like, oh, the VS Seeker will make them want to battle, or it'll tell you if they want to battle, regardless if I was zoomed out. But I felt that that was neat. And I've never forgotten about it because of that. God, I forgot how boring it is to hatch eggs. But again, this is competitive Pokemon. Hatching eggs. I'm gonna throw Charizira. I think I already threw Pidgeotto in the box. The 3 guys into the box, so that way I can have more eggs. But yeah, luckily in later generations, they would make this kind of stuff so much easier. Like hatching eggs is expedited. EV training is expedited. Later generations would only... I'm pressing up. God, the dang GameCube controller. Sometimes I think about either trying to see if I could get that one Super Nintendo controller for GameCube that's like stupid expensive because it was like only released in Japan. Other times I just think to myself, what if I get like an adapter that allows me to plug in a better controller to the GameCube? Like, I think I have a working condition PlayStation 2 controller somewhere. How close are these eggs to hatching? Dang it. Wait, isn't he not supposed to change what direction he's facing? I could also just be full of it. I guess in other news stuff to talk about, the Pokemon Direct was yesterday. And I'll also talk about the Pokemon Press release. That was about a week ago. And I guess I'll talk about the press release first because it happened first. So, I'm concerned about Pokemon Masters. It looks like it could be good, but it could also be mobile trash. Like, they show talking to Misty, Cynthia, and Brock, and then battling. But I can't tell, like, what's happening with the battle. It's either a triple battle or some new battle mechanic that they're introducing with it. I would prefer for it to be a triple battle because I miss triple battles. But it could also very well be some new weird battle mechanic. But my bigger concern is, how do you fight these trainers? And how do you get Pokemon to fight them with? In a perfect world, you would get Pokemon using the other new app they showed off, Pokemon Home. But in our world, it's I feel like it's very likely to be a gacha. Like, oh, you want to get a good Pikachu with good stats? Let's do some gacha. Like, you have a stamina meter. You can go out into the wild and take this many steps. Like, we all joke. I've seen so many jokes online of like, oh, if Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow were released today, want more slots in your party? Pay $1.99. You're out of stamina. Pay $1.99. Wanna hatch this egg now? Pay $1.99. Wanna add color to the game? $10. We've all seen those jokes. But I have a feeling that Pokemon Masters may be the closest thing we get to those jokes being reality. Again, I really hope it's not the case. But it could very well be the case. Now, how you battle the trainers, that could be gacha. And you know what? I would be less upset if that is gacha than if how you get the Pokemon to fight them with is gacha. Because they could do... I feel like they could and probably will do some stupid creative things with how these battles will work. Like, oh, here's Champion Diana. I think that's her name. The champion of the Kalos region, who has the Mega Gardevoir. Here is a champion Diana, and you can fight her. But it's also summer, so now there's going to be a special beach variant of her that you can fight, where her team is remixed slightly to be tropical themed. Oh cool, first one's hatching. I'll rename it if it's the one. Dang it. Come on, go into the door. I could drop this thing off. No, I don't want that in box 8, in box 1, dang it. That's one Ghastly down. I'll try to keep a mental note of how many of these things I hatch. But yeah, I would really not like it if there's gacha in Pokemon Masters. There are some ways that they could do the gacha without it being offensive. But again, it's 2019. Trying to strive for good quality mobile games is a downhill battle. Or no, sorry, it's an uphill battle. Many people would consider the mobile platform to just be dead in the water because it's just so polluted with that kind of garbage. But it's polluted with that kind of garbage because there are just too many people who are okay with it. Bigger discussions for later days. I'm cautiously optimistic about Pokemon Masters. Now, as for Pokemon Sleep, what? Like, that's basically the biggest summary I have for Pokemon Sleep, is just a big fat what? Alright, number 2, what do we got? Another... cool. God, I miss not being able to run indoors. Let's throw him into box 12. What, no egg? No egg? Fine, no egg. I'll just keep riding my bike. So yeah, to keep talking about Pokemon Sleep, I'm very curious as to what their idea of gamifying sleep is. I mean, on one hand, it could help people get on track to having good sleep schedules. How? I don't know. I'd imagine it'll give them tons of tips. Like, hey, here's a night mode for this game. It'll reduce the blue light. And that'll make you more tired when you're staring at it before you go to bed. Here's some white noise that you could play if that helps you sleep, because there are people who fall asleep faster if there's like some white noise going on. Here's multiple varieties of white noise in case one doesn't help you. Here's a few tips of how to go to sleep better. Worst case scenario, this could start having people min-maxing their sleep schedule. Like, okay, I need to fall asleep now. Come on, give me an egg. You will give me an egg. Yeah, I would not like for people to start min-maxing their sleep schedules because of Pokemon Sleep. And the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Could they have not given it a better name? Maybe Pokemon Go X? Maybe? I mean, it just seems like a Pokemon Go Plus that you don't put on your wrist. You have a button that you press on it, they just have to throw in a bag instead of being on your wrist. Which makes it a little bit less convenient to use, because that means you gotta dig it out, see if the light's blinking, and if it's blinking, you can throw Pokeballs at Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Whereas with at least the Pokemon Go Plus, it's on your wrist, so you could just look and see, oh, there's a Pokemon nearby. Press the button, throw a ball. It's one of the less practical things about the Pokeball Pro. Which, by the way, I've never been interested in getting a Pokemon Go Plus. I'm not interested in getting a Pokemon Go Plus Plus. I'm somewhat interested in getting the Pokeball Pro, because at least the Pokeball Pro can automatically spin Pokestops for you. I could see that being broken, because then I could just put it in my car, or in a car, and just drive slow enough that Pokemon Go thinks I'm walking, much to the displeasure of anyone behind me. I mean, why won't you give me an egg? Ugh. But yeah, you could do that. The Pokemon Go Plus Plus does not seem like it'll have this feature of automatically spinning Pokestops like the Pokeball Pro does. The only reason I haven't gotten a Pokeball Pro is because one, I don't have Pokemon Let's Go, so I might consider getting it simply because you can, with the next app that I'll be talking about, you can finally transfer Pokemon out of Let's Go. And Go, for that matter, but anyway. Oh, cool, another one. This one's number 3. What nature do you have? And I swear if it's Jolly again. Impish. God, it just defaults to box 1 all the time. Where are my eggs, man? Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, Pokeball Pro. I don't have Let's Go. I don't have enough interest in Let's Go. And even if I did have enough interest in Let's Go, it'd probably be the only game I play exclusively handheld because motion controls. And the evasion of motion controls. I'm not sure how much better the Pokeball Pro is at playing Pokemon Go. Plus. Thing. Let's Go, not Go Plus. Confusing names are confusing. Give me an egg. I'm running out of eggs. There we go. So yeah, I want to learn more about Pokemon Sleep because I am morbidly curious. I want to know more before I can form any kind of opinion on it. Because right now it just seems like it's there. Maybe it'll do something similar to like what was it, the Dreams from Pokemon Black and White that's no longer available. But then finally, I mentioned it a few times already, they also showed off Pokemon Home, which is basically the new Pokemon Bank. It'll be coming out next year. And I find it kind of funny. I have been able to roughly guess how Nintendo would handle mobile integration. Again, I like approximately. Like before Smash Ultimate came out, like before the final direct, my prediction was that Smash Ultimate would A, utilize the Nintendo Switch Online app and offload all of the shareable content to it. However, I had also incorrectly guessed that it would allow you to share your custom move sets, assuming custom moves were going to return. I had also guessed that would have allowed users to share and draw images for a returning Miiverse stage. And I was wrong about that as well. Dang it. This is number 4. I don't need to keep a mental count. I just forgot I can just keep looking in box 12. Also get you out of here. Also get you out of here. And let's also get you out of here. So yeah, I got those predictions wrong, but I was still correct that eventually they did use the Nintendo Switch Online app in much of the same way that I had predicted, in that it would utilize or it would offload all of the shareable content. Now, mind you, they still have all of the shareable features in the game itself, but now you can also just browse it and view it on your phone. Or whenever you're not playing Smash and you want to look like you're on something like Twitter, but you're not on Twitter. Other predictions I have is that I feel like Animal Crossing will have some connectivity with the Nintendo Switch Online app. What connectivity? I don't know. If I had to guess. Now here are my guesses. This is also a bit of what I hope for, but this is what I'm guessing. They could return the auction house from City Folk, where you could place an item and let other players on your friends list bid on it. They could also open it up to randos. They might also have some of the messaging features between players. Maybe you'll be able to send and receive packages between players using the online app. Maybe you could do things like check your HHA scores. Like, they could incorporate some stuff from Happy Home Designer, and you could check all these scores from your phone whenever you don't have time to play the game. Like, you had to leave your Switch at home. Eh. And again, I bring all this up because I had also guessed that when the Pokemon games came out, or come out, I had initially guessed that they would utilize Pokemon Bank, but that Pokemon Bank would be offloaded to the Nintendo Switch Online app. In the sense that, oh, you have the Nintendo Online subscription? Well, now it'll automatically come with a subscription to Pokemon Bank. And you could just view your Pokemon Bank on your phone, maybe make transferring easier. And I'm kind of correct in the sense that there's going to be Pokemon Home, not tied to the Nintendo Switch Online app, though. The only other prediction I have at the moment for what the Nintendo Switch Online app will do. One second, just responding to something. Yeah, it's just my friend saying that he's launching the Minecraft server for the day. Which I'm probably gonna play on once I'm done streaming today. Alright, what nature do you have? Lonely. My only other prediction pertaining to the Nintendo Switch Online app is that it will have the Super Mario Maker Bookmark 2. Or maybe Super Mario Maker 2 Bookmark, whatever they decide to call it. What will it do? It'll probably just be like Bookmark 1. Who knows, maybe Nintendo knew about that fan-made bookmark website, which worked a million times better. Hopefully it will work a million times better, but I feel that they'll just offload the bookmark to the online app. Because they technically already did this with Splatoon. Because Splatoon had Splatnet, and then Splatnet 2 is just on the online app. And I have, again, just a bit of a hunch that they'll do it again for Mario Maker 2. I think some of the UI in Mario Maker 2 suggests that there's going to be a bookmark feature. And it'd be nice to just have a way to view stages and the comments on the stages and just say like, oh, that stage looks fun, I'll play it when I get home. But like that's all the predictions I have about the Nintendo Switch Online app. Now time to bring it back to Pokemon. The final thing they announced was that there would be a second Detective Pikachu game coming to the Nintendo Switch. I've not seen the movie, but I know some spoilers about it, and knowing the spoilers of the movie, all I can think is, what? Like, sure, it's cool to see Pokemon getting more media attention considering. No, I don't even know where I'm going with any of these points right now. Just what? I get it. Detective Pikachu was super popular. It made money. It got a movie. It's getting a sequel. And it may even spawn a Pokemon cinematic universe. But what? Speaking of the Pokemon cinematic universe, please, for the love of God, drop the realism. Every single Pokemon I've seen come out of that movie has been nothing but nightmare fuel to me. And I get it, there's a spoiler reason why. I still wish it could have been less impish. Could have been less realistic, could have been more faithful. But hey, if the Sonic movie can realize that the realism was terrible and that the design associated to the realism was terrible and delay the film, maybe the next Detective Pikachu movie and whatever other Pokemon movies they make won't have the same level of unnecessary realism, if any at all. Please, for the love of God, don't have any at all. You have another egg for me yet, old man? Please. So yeah, that was the press statement they made. And now time for the actual Pokemon Direct about Sword and Shield. Cool. An open world, kind of free roaming Pokemon game. Cool. You could see the Pokemon in the world, and there's a lot more non-battle Pokemon. Like here's Pokemon that do things other than battling. Cool. Can we do things other than battling? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yes, no, maybe so. None of that was mentioned in the direct, and thusly I give it a 0 out of 10. But no, to be real, it looks pretty cool. I have one friend who's complaining that it looks like a Wii game, to which I say, graphics do not make a game. Stop complaining about graphics. Thank you. That is the biggest reason why video games cost so much to make, take up so much file size, and ultimately, I think graphics are like the biggest amount of fat you can trim from the video game industry right now. So please shut up about graphics. They could release a Pokemon game that looks like Fire Red in this day and age. And as long as it plays well, it'll be a great game. It does not need to look amazing. It can look like a Wii game. I don't care. Dynamax battles. This looks like their solution to Mega Evolutions. Because Mega Evolutions were cool, but the problem was they only really benefited a small selection of Pokemon. And a lot of the I think it was like a lot of the Pokemon that got Mega Evolutions were already good Pokemon. And so this just made them better, though there were a decent amount of Pokemon that weren't good that now became good because they had a Mega Evolution. I think this also answers the critique of, like, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, there were, like, totem Pokemon, and everyone wanted to use totem Pokemon, but you couldn't. Now it's just like, here, you can use your totem Pokemon. I just want to see what a Dynamax Wailord looks like. Like, I saw someone's fan art of, like, what a Dynamax Joltik looks like, and it's just basically normal Tarantula-sized, which is terrifying. Still, I want to see a Dynamax Wailord. Please. Please. It'll probably have the destructive potential to destroy a building. And only one building because it's lighter than air. But it'll be giant. And it will be glorious. But, like, I also want to know more about how Dynamax battles work, and I get it, they can't tell us that much about it. We'll have to find out when we play the game. Because, like, using a complicated series of double battle mechanics and switcheroos, I still wonder if it'd be possible to Mega Evolve a Pokemon, switcheroo its Mega Stone off of it with a Z Crystal, and have it use a Z move. Like, does a Pokemon need to hold an item to be Dynamax capable? And if not, can I Dynamax in a double battle? Can I do this very complicated series of I think you could technically do this series of switcheroos in single battle, but that would require the Pokemon you're fighting with to know switcheroo. Like, again, I don't know if any of this works at all, but my guess would be you use one Pokemon that has a Mega Stone that it can't use. Yeah, okay, so you use Switcheroo to give your opponent either a Mega Stone or a Z Crystal that it can't use. Hopefully it can't use. And then you swap out to your Pokemon that you want to Mega Evolve that also knows Switcheroo, have it Mega Evolve, and then Switcheroo the Z Crystal back onto it. I think that might allow for a Mega Evolved Pokemon to use a Z move. If Dynamax battles do not require special items to be held, does that mean I could have a giant Mega Evolved Pokemon use a Z move? At this point, it would be overkill. That'd probably KO anything in its path. But these are the things I think about sometimes. Can you only use one Dynamax per battle? Also, how are these raids going to work? It's a multiplayer mode, we know that. Is the entire game gonna have a multiplayer mode, kind of like Black and White? I have a lot of questions, but I'm intrigued. What else am I intrigued by? Dang it. What else was even shown off in the Direct? I'm already forgetting elements. I think trainer customization was already confirmed because they had that contest that they had to cancel, which I still find kind of funny. What else was there? I guess the starters had some movesets shown off. No evolutions, though. They showed off a few other new Pokemon, which neat. Those are definitely new Pokemon. And those are definitely what I expected to be shown off. You know, your basic start of the game Pokemon that you'll run into, you could teach some moves to, except it doesn't look like there are HMs, which is fantastic. I also like the water bike. But yeah, that's about all I can remember from the direct. I couldn't actually watch it because I was at work when it happened. And then shortly after it happened, I got like a 5-minute break. So I decided I'm going to spend this 5 minutes just looking at Twitter, since I knew my Twitter feed was going to be full of recaps. And I was right. But yeah, I very much like the idea of the open world Pokemon game. I would love to see Diamond and Pearl adapted into this open world style. Imagine how good new remakes will look if they don't have to confine themselves to a grid map. That's what I want out of a remake. I want to see these areas reimagined. Because, like, there was a little bit of reimagining going on with, like, Fire Red Leaf Green, Heart Gold Soul Silver, and Ruby Sapphire. But they're all very faithful. I would love to see, here is how this route would look if it's not confined to a grid and the camera isn't confined to this direction. Like Resident Evil 2 to Resident Evil 2 Remake. There's a lot of things that are still where you remember it, but it's also very much a remix. I would be fine with them remaking remakes. And no, Let's Go does not count as a remake. It has some hints and nods to Fire Red Leaf Green, such as retaining trainer names, some of the aesthetical choices that were, or aesthetical details that were introduced with Fire Red Leaf Green because of the extra graphical power, were retained in Let's Go, but those were remakes of Yellow and not remakes of Red and Green. I would not mind remakes or secondary remakes now if they do not have to confine themselves to a grid. I still want Diamond and Pearl remakes regardless if they have to confine themselves to a grid or not, but I think that's just a much better prospect. Here is this game you remember, except now modernized, which is technically what the remakes already were. But I could see this being a new era for Pokemon. Kind of like how whenever there was the active time battle system in Final Fantasy, showing a new era for Final Fantasies. And now Final Fantasy VII is going to use this battle system. Or at least the remake. Again, like, if they treat further Pokemon remakes the same way like Square is treating the Final Fantasy VII remake, like, I could see this just being a new parallel to it now. And I am very much excited for that. I'm also excited for the Diamond and Pearl remakes because there's no way in hell that they're gonna not have contests. And I want more ribbons because I love this quest. And I want it to never end, except I was anticipating it to have ended at least 2 years ago. Except I just did not have the time and tech to be able to continue it to a passable standard. So yeah, like I think I mentioned this multiple times before, but I'll mention it again because why the hell not? I'll say it all the time. I started this quest, and my friend, who I'm making the second Gardevoir for, asked if I could make her that Gardevoir. And in return, she said she would, you know, catch me an entire team of shiny Pokemon. At the time, she was intending to do this in X and Y. However, we had been teased that there were new Pokemon games on the horizon for the 3DS, and she had jokingly said, "I'll do it in those games if it takes you long enough." Now those games are out, their sequels are out, and now we're having yet another generation on our hands. Like, I would like to have all of my current missions done before Sword and Shield comes out on November 15th. I'm not sure how feasible that'll be. Like, it could be done. If I really buckle down, I could probably do it. The problem is I suck at buckling down. Like, I suck so badly at buckling down that as I was buying parts for my new computer, I was buying like one part a day, and sometimes not even buying parts on certain days. Because the prices were constantly fluctuating, and I wanted to see if I could just wait for better prices. But then last night, I had like 3 parts left, and I was like, sure. And I bought 4 parts in one day. Yeah, I can't wait for that computer to get here. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is transferring all of my crap off of this computer. Because at least transferring off of the laptop, I could have the laptop turned on and booted up next to me. I can't do that with this tower, because I don't have enough monitors. Dang it. I mean, I could also just, like, not use all 3 of my monitors at the start, and then once I have everything transferred, use all 3 monitors. But that'd be boring. Oh yeah, that's like another cool thing I can do since I'm building this computer. I can have a 3-monitor setup. Because I have 3 displays on my desk right now. One is my TV that I have, whatchamacallit. You know, I want my remote right now because while I talk about this, this is something that's only going to benefit me. You guys can't see it at all. But I want to change the aspect ratio on my TV to kind of zoom in. Menu. And I could still do this while I fiddle around with it. Let's see. Hard to do both at once, but I will do it. Oh wait, I forgot. It's not, I don't even hit the video button. I hit the... Oh, cool. Energy saving. I can't remember what I'm talking about now because I've split my brain across too many tasks. I've spread it too thin. Ugh. Currently, I am fiddling with my TV remote so I can zoom my TV's picture in so I see more game and less black bars and borders, but I don't want to stretch it. It's not going to affect what you guys see. There we go, cinema. I just gotta remember to undo this when I go to, like, some other display. Like, anything, really. Ugh, the only problem is I won't be able to read the Game Boy player controls. Not that that really matters. I mean, if I really wanted a good display, I could have used Game Boy interface, but I decided against it because, Dang it. What else was I talking about before I started fiddling with my TV's picture? Sword and Shield, I remember that much. I also like that you can buy a double pack for it that I had a heart attack there because I accidentally pressed the wrong button, but I still got the egg, thank God. Anyway. I like that they have a double pack that saves no money whatsoever. In fact, it may even cost more money because I think it'll put both games in one case. Maybe you'll get 2 cases. Now, if you live in England, you'll get a cool steelbook. But again, I don't know if it gives you 2 cases, one for each game. If they share a case, then cool. I don't think me or anyone I know will actually buy this. And plus, if you want to get both games and save money, you either buy them separately from a place like Amazon or Best Buy, where they will give you credit towards pre-ordering, because that's how their systems work. Or you could just buy one of the Nintendo Online vouchers, and you could get both and save 20 bucks. Speaking of those vouchers, I'm very tempted to buy some. I'm gonna buy at least one pair before Mario Maker 2 comes out. Use one voucher on Mario Maker 2, use another voucher on either Pokemon or Animal Crossing. Whatever comes first. Probably Animal Crossing. Then I'll buy another pair of vouchers. I don't think you can buy gifts for other people with the vouchers, but I don't need to because my aunt is probably going to be on my family plan and she could just buy her own vouchers, which again would save money than just buying games separately. Let's be real, it'll probably be the only reason why she ever buys Let's Go. Assuming she buys a Switch. She'll probably buy a Switch. Animal Crossing's coming out this year, Pokemon's coming out this year. Those are the 2 games, the 2 franchises that Nintendo has that will sell systems to her. But at this point, she's gotten smart and she won't just buy a new system for 1 game. She'll buy a system for 2 games. God, I wish the audio worked. So, like, I guess to recap, because it's been an hour, in case there are new people watching. The audio is not working because A, I have a really old Dazzle capture card that does not transmit audio anymore. I don't know why it doesn't transmit audio anymore. It just doesn't. my solution to capturing the audio was to plug an aux cable into the headphone jack of my TV, and then plug the other end into my computer's microphone slot. The problem is that didn't work today for some reason. And I'm not sure why it didn't work today. Just my TV would not output through its headphone jack. Cynical part of me is thinking maybe I accidentally broke the audio jack because last time I tried to use it, I used an extender cable that had like a bent thing. Maybe I broke the headphone jack and it just won't ever work again. And my earbuds, like my extra headset / earbuds, whichever one, is not on hand, so I can't just plug them in and see if it mutes my TV. Are you gonna have a timid nature and put me out of this misery? God, I miss Generation 7's ability to actually see a Pokemon summary before I give it names. The answer is no. I find it funny that the daycare is on 4 Island, and you have to and in order to efficiently hatch Pokemon, you're gonna go through this hell. Meanwhile, 4 is the number of death in Japan. Because I believe the way you say the word for 4 is very similar, if not completely identical, to the word for death. So, because of that, the number 4 is largely associated with bad luck and death in Japan. So yeah, that's a lot of the most topical stuff I have to talk about. You know, Sword and Shield. I did not want to go into the Pokemon Center, thanks game. Stupid GameCube D-pad. Yeah, since I guess I could talk about like other ideas for improvement I've had for this stream. Today I was looking around on Amazon to see if I could buy a decent-ass microphone. Because, like, the microphone on my webcam, it sucks. And I don't want to go into the Pokemon Center. And I keep forgetting how badly it sucks. Until I actually, you know, listen back to my streams and I go, ugh. I'm cutting out all the time. It's just like, you know, a bit muffled. This mic sucks. But I don't have anything else that's better. And I could get a new mic. I'm buying computer parts, I might as well buy a new mic. Maybe get one with like a clamp. The problem is I want to get a mic that's sensitive enough that I can basically do this. I want to be able to roll away from my computer on my swivel chair and still have my mic pick me up decently. Even if that means being able to hear my swivel chair, and even if that means being able to hear Ivan from the other side of the room. I'm not sure how audible I am right now. OBS says I'm being picked up. And then I want to be able to... Why do I keep going to the Pokemon Center? Stupid GameCube D-pad! Potentially, I would want my mic to hear my actual desk chair and pick it up. Potentially not. But I found what looks like a good mic. It has an XLR to 3.5mm cable, so I'd probably just plug it into the back of the computer. And a desk clamp. Or like one of those arms that I could attach it to. That'd make my desk area feel a little bit better. I might just do like a final extra Amazon purchase because I gotta buy some adapters for my computer. Because my computer's gonna have more modernized display out, and I have to adapt it to legacy ports. So my ideas are currently get one DisplayPort to DVI adapter so I can continue to use my DVI cable, or DVI-D cable, and give it a few extra inches of slack, and then get two HDMI to VGAs, so I can still use my current monitor and also be able to use my TV as a computer screen. And I say I'll do that, but I then have to remind myself every now and then, what benefits am I going to see from that other than I have an extra monitor now? Because I use my TV for playing games, but I would not want to play any computer games on it because I have a better monitor for that. Like my main display right now is 1600 by 900. Hate my aux cable keeps smacking into the side of my face because I rolled out like that. Oh, that's not my aux cable, that's the GameCube controller wire. Either way, it keeps smacking into the side of my face and it's annoying me, making it hard for me to talk. Anyway, I have a 1600 by 900 monitor that if I'm gonna play a full screen game on it, I would rather play it on that screen. I have a 1200 by 1040 monitor. No, I think it may be 1240 by 1000 monitor that I have like OBS on, that I have. No, I don't want to get. I have OBS on it, I have Discord on it, I'll put Steam on it, and the Twitch launcher on it. I'll even put Paint.net on it from time to time, because it has a taller display. If I need to capture images of higher heights, Lax Nature, dang it, then I'll throw it on that display. But I think Discord looks really good on it. If I replace it, I will probably just get like a taller monitor, like something that's vertical. But for now, it's pretty good. I can't really think of what I would want to throw on this other monitor. Like, I'll probably think of something, knowing me. Maybe I'll throw like like my internet browsers on it, so I could whenever I play a game. So I could keep a browser open and Discord open without having them, you know, crowd each other for screen real estate. I'll find out something, but the idea of having a third monitor is nice to me. Oh, this GameCube D-pad. Yeah, in terms of improvements, microphone. Been thinking of getting like an S-video cable for SNES, GameCube, N64. Because my capture card has an S-video port on it that may or may not work. I think my TV has an S-video port on it. I don't have any S-video splitters though, so it'd purely just be for capture upgrade. Please have a timid nature so I could move on to step 2. Dang it! 25 natures in this game, and I need it to be one specific one. Because competitively raising Pokemon. I'm also somewhat interested in Hyperkin's GameCube HDMI cable, but I'm also cautious about it. Because for one thing, I'm not sure if I want to capture GameCube through HDMI yet. I'd probably sooner replace my HDMI capture card, because I bought a cheapo card, and I somewhat regret buying a cheapo card. And on top of that, the Hyperkin HDMI cable plugs into the analog video port. How the hell is that gonna work? The only way I could see it being good is if the little box in the middle of the... Dang it. Is if the little box in the center of the wire, if its main priority is sending the analog signal as best as it possibly can, and then preserving it digitally. Because otherwise, it's just an analog feed. There's really not much improvement it can make. Now, if it plugged into the DVI-D slot of the GameCube, then I'd be interested. But then at that rate, I'd just want to buy one of those boxes that you plug into the back of a GameCube. Like the Eon thing, except I don't have the right game. Like, I guess it would be somewhat good for me since my GameCube is a later revision that just doesn't have the DVI-D slot. Or not DVI-D. Digital out slot. Oh, cool. I just noticed that my Twitch chat thing, A, may not be working on the stream, and B, at some point someone started hosting me. Nice. Sorry that I didn't acknowledge it before. I'm scatterbrained as hell. Oh, there they are. Nice. Hello. Everything's working. Yay. Welcome to my stream where I am doing stupid competitive level Pokemon stuff. More specifically, I am raising a Gengar to be used competitively in Generation 4 so I can proceed through the battle tower and collect the ribbons for doing said battle tower. Also, so I can farm battle points and learn specific moves for contests. However, the strategy I found for Gengar in Generation 4 requires it to know the move counter, which it cannot learn in Generation 4. It can only learn it in Generation 3 through Fire Red and Leaf Green's move tutor, or through Pokemon Emerald's Battle Points move tutor. Now, I already have a Gengar that has the right nature. No, the Gengar is not the star of the show. The star of the show is a Gardevoir that I already caught. It's already in Generation 4. The problem is I need to re-EV train my entire Battle Frontier team, and Gardevoir is only 1/3 of that team. Dang it! Now, if I was good at remembering to do things, I would have just dug through my box of papers that I have down here. Here, I'm gonna kick it. Let's see if my microphone picks it up. I have a box down here, just full of papers and junk. I have, like, all the move sets for all the Pokemon contests written down on a piece of paper here, and I think this is also how I marked off doing my EV training for the Gen 3 Battle Frontier. But I don't know if I still have that paper with, like, all of the markings and what stats I was building towards. so I have no idea what stats my Gengar has. Sure, if I was super duper good at Pokemon, I could probably look at its stats and say, oh, it has this many EVs and that. Or there's probably a tool online that I could throw all the stats into and it'll tell me, yeah, these are the EVs you have. However, I would then need to go through the trouble of getting a crap ton of berries to reduce all of its EVs. Now, mind you, I need to do that anyway, since I need to re-EV train Gardevoir. But, okay, if you want to start, for one thing, I don't have the ribbons list loaded on this thing, but if I go to say, well, I don't even have the list open on my computer, so it wouldn't show up. But you don't need both Colosseum and XD, you can use one or the other. It's just, depending on which one you get, will affect what Pokemon you can use, because you have a limited number of Shadow Pokemon. And they have to be a Shadow Pokemon, because those are the only Pokemon that get the National Ribbon. There's about 183 Pokemon that you can choose from. Okay, they're... yeah. See, I didn't even know the subreddit of ribbons existed when I first started doing this quest. I was actually just scrutinizing data and pooling it all together myself. And then whenever I started actually streaming this quest, I found out, oh, this subreddit exists. Okay, I'm kind of wrong. I didn't start doing this quest until I found the subreddit, because the subreddit is where I found out how to get maximum contest stats in Generation 3. I didn't even think such a thing was possible until I found that subreddit. And they gave them a shout out. I wonder if the shout out is still loaded. This is my old layout, which is broken. Doesn't work anymore. Do I still have the thanks Reddit image loaded? No, I don't. Okay, let's go back to the not broken layout. Yeah, let me mute my mic. Alright, I'm back. Where was I? Subreddit of ribbons, contest stats, Generation 3. Yeah. Like, I had always been curious as to how many ribbons I could get on a single Pokemon. Like, as early as... Crap, what year did Heart Gold, Soul Silver come out? Because it was like the year before they came out. Maybe the year Platinum came out. Unless that came out after. I've been interested in it for that long. The thing is, I didn't know anything. I became interested in doing this because I had a Manaphy that I had gotten straight from Pokemon Ranger. Like, I actually bought Ranger and did everything in it to get this Manaphy. And at first I just did it so I could be the cool kid on the block. Like, hey, I got this super hard to get rare Pokemon, and none of you can have it because I can't even breed it. But then, if you've ever seen the movie that Manaphy is in, like the Pokemon movie, or read the manga of it, in that movie, May forms a special bond with Manaphy, and the first instance of their bond is that Manaphy shows up in May's dreams before it hatches. Well, I finally get this Manaphy egg transferred to Pokemon Pearl, and I don't know how to hatch eggs efficiently, so it takes me multiple days. And then the night before I actually get it to hatch, I had a dream where I was in the Subspace Emissary and I had a Manaphy following me. Moral of the story is I had a dream with Manaphy in it, just like in the movie. And Manaphy has been my favorite Pokemon ever since. So I really loved this Manaphy, and I wanted to spoil it. The problem was I couldn't get Generation 3 ribbons on it, and I lost that Manaphy anyway because I traded it to... Well, no, I had it on my copy of Pokemon Pearl, lost Pokemon Pearl for a year, found it, traded it to Soul Silver, traded it back to Pearl so I could get Sinnoh ribbons on it, then lost Pearl again, and before I could find Pearl, we moved out of that house. Yeah, Manaphy will forever be my favorite Pokemon because of that. I even have a Manaphy card in my wallet. It protects my debit card. But, yeah, I'll always have a special connection to Manaphy because of that. I will always credit it as my favorite Pokemon. Shiny Hunt. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, it should just be save your game before it hatches and reload constantly. But because it technically hatches from an egg, it is one of few Pokemon that you can shiny reset. Oh, I just realized that that emote doesn't work properly with how I have the chat set up. Whoops. But yeah, I've been interested in getting as many ribbons as possible. Did I grab the egg from that man? I think I did. Do you have a new egg for me? Because I have a slot in my party. Nope. Oh well. Yeah, so I was interested in getting as many ribbons as possible as early as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were out. And new. But then I would vaguely, occasionally check in to see if it was still process. Oh yeah, because like shiny Pokemon and egg hatching all depends on your trainer ID. Right, I forgot about that. But yeah. And it wasn't until like 2016 where like I made a Tumblr post about it where I basically asked, does anybody know if it's possible to max out contest stats in Gen 3? Now, mind you, I recently learned, thanks to a YouTuber by the name of Johnstone, where he put out a video And I was a little bit salty that he put out this video because I was in the process of writing a script of my own video about the subject. But I suck at writing scripts. Like, I bought Sony Vegas from Humble Bundle and everything, and I was ready to make this video about the Ribbons Quest, and then a week later, John Stone puts out a video about getting every ribbon on a single Pokemon. Except he skips one. He skips a ribbon. He skips the online ribbon, the World Ability ribbon from Generation 4. Because technically the servers are down. The official servers have been shut down. But it's been possible to use fan servers for a long time. And you don't even need to cheat to use the fan servers. You just need to put in a special DNS on your system settings. I did not want to go into the Pokemon Center. I'll probably still do the video. It just kind of felt a bit... Because, like, I seem to have this anomaly where anytime I think about making a YouTube video of any kind, someone beats me to the punch. And someone with a bigger following than me. Because, like, the thing I want to avoid is I don't want people to just go to me and say, oh, you're copying someone else. You're riding someone else's coattails. Like, whenever I first tried to do Let's Playing with a friend, I was so excited because we were going to play Luigi's Mansion, which was, at the time, a game that I hadn't played that I wanted to play. It looked really fun. However, a few days before me and my friend were going to get together to record Luigi's Mansion, a certain YouTuber by the name of Chugga Conroy, not sure if you've heard of him before, and sarcasm, started his Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion. And I know he's stated before that he doesn't mind if other people Let's Play the same games as him, even if he inspires people to Let's Play the same games as him at the same time. He doesn't mind it. I know he doesn't mind it. I just, again, didn't want somebody to, you know, comment on my videos and be like, oh, what's the word? How original of you. You're just copying Chugga Conroy. You're gonna ride his search results. People are gonna look up Luigi's Mansion Let's Play, new videos, and they'll see you listed underneath it. Yeah. It was just like, that was the reason why me and my friend then decided to Let's Play Wind Waker instead, and we canceled that Let's Play because of a number of technical difficulties and blah blah blah. Those videos are unlisted, but if you dig hard enough, you can find them. And I'm not just going to remove them from the internet. But yeah, so the Ribbons Quest video is on hold for now. Mostly because I'd rather just actually do the Ribbons Quest than do this video about it. But yeah, he skips the Wi-Fi ribbon, and I'm gonna get the Wi-Fi ribbon. And I emailed him about it, because I didn't know how the Wi-Fi battles worked. I did not know how they worked. I thought they were double battles, where you would team up with someone online. So I emailed him about it, and I was like, hey, I'm still in the process of doing this quest. Collab, maybe? I know I'm a nobody, and you are a somebody. I never got a response. But yeah, I was a little bit salty when the video came out, but I quickly lost the saltiness. Like, literally seconds later, I was like, oh well. Commented on the video, I was like, hey, congrats, man. Responded to him on Twitter, like, hey, congrats, man. And if in the event he ever sees this, hey, congrats, man. Who knows, maybe when Sword and Shield comes out, I can fight your fortress. In fact, I'll put out an open challenge now. Sword and Shield, you and me, Dynamax battle. My contest Pokemon versus your contest Pokemon. Anyway, back on track. I've been super interested in doing these, like, Ribbons quests for a long time. And at the time, I thought you needed maximum contest condition to even stand a chance at these ribbons. Because, like, when I first played Ruby Sapphire, I tried to do the beauty contests with my Swampert, and I got up to the master rank. The problem was, I could never beat the master rank. I would consistently lose. And I thought it was because, like, oh, I didn't have the scarf. I'm still on my first box. I didn't even check what nature that has. Dang it! Yeah, I've been live for 2 hours now. I'm still on my first box. But this is competitive Pokemon training back in the day. Back in my day. This is what we did. And we had fun with it. Yeah, I'm moving backwards with the boxes. Because, I can't remember why I have 2 Glygars down there. I think I know why I have them down there, and I'm not gonna try to find out while I'm live. Well, considering this guy's name, that probably gives an indication. Probably an in-joke. You know what? I remember what it is now. I asked my friend, what should I name my Gligar? And I'll put it like this. He is allowed to say certain words that I'm not. End of topic. But this is my save file that I was doing the Dex quest on, because I was going to try to fill up the boxes in Dex order. But then I got... Yeah, but then I got burnt out of Pokemon because I had just had to speed my way through Leaf Green so I could actually do game-to-game trading. And I had just had to speed through Pokemon Emerald because I only have 1 cartridge of Emerald, but my aunt likes to reset and do challenges all the time. And I guess that can bring me into another bit of a taboo topic with this quest, is that there is very minor use of, you know, cheating devices. For example, the e-reader berries are very difficult to get, but I had to use them to max out my contest conditions. I don't have an e-reader. I don't have a link cable. I may have a link cable now. No, I have wireless adapters. But you can get the e-reader berries with a series of action replay codes. You can just write the data into your game. So it's a little bit tricky to do because you have to make 5 separate codes that are as big as they can possibly be. Because, like, the way action replay codes is you write them to the RAM of the game, and that's how they function. They are in the RAM at all times. This code was so big that it had to be split into 5 smaller codes. And you would have to, like, apply one, save your game, turn off the system, turn it back on, apply the next code, load the game, save your game, and repeat for the rest of the codes. And then once you were done, the game would think that you just scanned a nut pea berry card. I had to do that because there's no one nearby selling an e-reader for a decent price. And then what would I do? The e-reader berry cards are super rare. Do I just forge one? Oh, but that's cheating. Yeah, but the e-reader berries are super rare. Oh yeah, I used the copy glitch, but here's the problem. I can't use that glitch. The e-reader functionality in Ruby and Sapphire was cut when they made Emerald. It technically exists in the Japanese version, and I think you could still use it in the Japanese version. But it is not in the American version. And you can't trade the e-reader berries. Those are locked to your save file. You can plant them. So I think I either just used a code to give me more e-reader berries, or I may have duplicated Enigma berries and then traded them over. Well, then yeah, you have access to duplicating Enigma berries. But yeah, then there was another problem. I had the e-reader berries, but I had to make Pokeblocks. And I don't have a lot of Gen 3 cartridges that can make Pokeblocks. Like, I have one Ruby, one Sapphire, and one Emerald. I can't use Emerald because I can't trade the berries over. And even then, I found out that only one copy really needs these berries. But the other problem was I only have 3 Game Boy Advances. I have the GameCube game player thing. That's what I'm playing right now. So instead, what I did was I downloaded an emulator on my phone. And the phone emulators, you can just link to itself. You can link to other phones, but you could also just link on itself. And my phone was more powerful than my laptop at the time. So I basically just linked to myself, copied my save file a few times, and that's how I made the Pokeblocks. But I had to utilize the turbo button to make them good enough. Again, some will call that cheating, and I can see why some will call that cheating. I won't contest that. I will say this though. I am staying within the realm of possibility. I'm not cheating to get, like, impossible stats. Or, hell, I didn't even use any cheats to make my contest Pokemon shiny. Because you can't... The only way you can get a shiny Shadow Pokemon is if you're playing Colosseum. Because Colosseum, when you purify a Pokemon, it re-rolls some of its data. So a Pokemon that is not shiny could become shiny, and likewise, a Pokemon that is shiny could lose its shininess. They fix this in Colosseum, or no, in XD, and simply what happens is, if at any point it thinks it rolls a Pokemon that'll be shiny, it just re-rolls. So in XD, unless you either glitch the game or use cheat codes, it is impossible to get a shiny Shadow Pokemon. I had access to cheat codes. I could have cheated that if I wanted to, but I thought, okay, that is technically impossible. Using a cheat code to guarantee that I have a timid nature so I don't have to reset every 3 hours because the Ralts I caught didn't have a timid nature. I could use a cheat code on that. I'm still in the realm of possibility. It's still a legit Pokemon. It's just saving me a ton of time. Sometimes I think about, restarting the quest to show just how annoying it is if I didn't use those codes. But yeah, utilizing the same tools, I was able to, transfer save data from emulator to consoles and whatnot. And, that's how I got into this whole tangent again, because I backed up my Emerald save file because I knew my aunt was going to want to do another challenge through Emerald, which would require resetting the file. And I didn't want to lose all my Battle Frontier progress. Now, mind you, I could have made the getting the Ralts easier, but I decided to kick myself in the nuts, basically. Because this is a ribbons quest, because I'm getting all the ribbons, because I'm even going to try to get the Golden Crown and do Pokestar Studios and do all kinds of other stuff, I thought, how else can I make this Pokemon special? I know, let's catch it in a special Pokeball. What's the best Pokeball I can catch it in XD Gale of Darkness? The Luxury Ball. Thank God! We're done. Okay. Let's edit this text. Step 2. Can I teach Ghastly Counter? Like, does it need to be a Gengar to learn counter? If it needs to be a Gengar, then I'm gonna trade this thing to Emerald and duplicate rare candies for a while. Let's pull up Bulbapedia on my phone here. Gengar Gen 3 learn set. By tutoring. I'm supposed to be looking at Ghastly. Dang it! Ghastly Gen 3 learn set. By tutoring. Does not look like I can teach Ghastly count or get whatever this is. All I know is I'm gonna save my game. And I'm gonna get the Game Boy Advance ready. No, I should probably find where I put my link cable. The headset's off, not at my computer, and I'm not sure how audible I am. I talk to myself anyway, assuming that I am. Where did I put the link cable? Or the wireless adapters, it really doesn't matter. If Haunter can't learn it, then I'll just, rare candy it until Haunter and then trade it back and forth. I'll make it a Gengar. Gosh darn it, where did I put the link cable? What the hell is this? Yes, light chart. That would have been useful to have a month ago. The Xbox 360. Oh, here's the. Nice. Oh, nice. I could still be heard all the way from over there. Good. Alright, so I have exactly one link cable. Part of me wants to buy one of those, like, 4-in-1 link cables. Just so that way I always have enough links. Now, I get to hope that my Game Boy Advance batteries don't crap out on me mid-trade. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Before I trade this thing over, let's give it a name. The other Gengar I had, I named Mr. Popo, in reference to the Dragon Ball Z character. More specifically, Team 4 Star's adaptation of the character. Where do I go to rename Pokemon in Gen 3? Or in Fire Red Leaf Green? I want to say it's on this island. I want to say it's the guy in here. One of the guys in here. Ready Boing, Rabbit Vice. No. I don't know what I'm gonna name it. First, I need to remember where I actually go to rename Pokemon. I can't remember. Screw it. Pulling up Bulbapedia. Or Cerebi. Whatever shows up first in game results. Leaf, green, name, creator. Heavy Islands, where can I find the name? Lavender Town should be a name next. Okay. Thanks, Google. I have no idea what I just clicked because I mashed the button too fast. Eh, that worked. Except I don't have my flying Pokemon. Whoops. Eh, come on. Where did I put Chargira? There's Chargira. I think I also have to put Ghastly at the front of my party to rename it. Still don't know what I want to name this thing. I really wish my audio worked at this point, because I like this mix. Hey, there you are. Oh, cool, I didn't need it at the front of my party. Alrighty. I don't think that reoccurring ghost character in Pokemon has an official name. Like the "You Are Not the One." I know she appears in Gen 4, I think, actually. I know she appears in Gen 5 and then she reappears in Gen 6. She's like a hex. She uses the Hex Maniac sprite, but I don't think she has an official name, so I'm not gonna. So I don't have anything to reference that. You see, this is where I wish I had a bit more pop culture knowledge, because then I could just reference, oh, what's something that's ghostly and female, or fitting of a Gengar. Maybe naming it was a bad idea, because I can't think of anything. Uh, Slimer? You see, that just makes me think of Neil Cicierega. Because of Bustin. Well, see, now I wish that it wasn't a girl, because then I just name it Neil Sick. Screw it. Cicierega. How do I spell Neil's last name? Let's see what happens first. Either that'll be typed up in chat, or I can Google it. Neil Sick. Neil Cicierega, there it is. Can I fit Cicierega? Nice. Custom makes me feel good. And now we trade this to Generation 3. I don't have a lot of rare candies in Generation 3. I'm smart. Numbers. It's this room, right? No, it's Cable Club. Good. Trade Pokemon. An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, freaky ghost bed. Today, day. By now, na 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 now. I don't believe that anybody feels. Back beep 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 beep. Freaking love Wonderwall. I love Neil Cicierega in general. Terminal battery is run dry. The game can still be played, however, clock-based events will no longer occur. Do I have anything worth trading at the moment, or do I need to go quickly catch some fodder? Uh, yeah, sure, you can have your Nidorino back. I don't know why I have a Nidorino. First, I need to actually play the game to get there. Please enter. Also, I would like to say, I love the Generation 3 version of Brendan's, or the Fire Red Leaf Green version of Brendan's Sprite. And even though I can't show it right now, I love I just love the art style differences. I love seeing these two different interpretations of each other. Alright, I need the Nidorino in my inventory. Rip? I guess you're getting Blissey. Clarification, this was the Blissey that I used in Generation 3's Battle Frontier. Good care of Ciceriga, I will. Saving, don't turn off the power. I have to also go over. Hit cancel. Get out of here. See, I like in Generation 3, this will just terminate for both players instead of having to wait for both players to leave. Alright, I'm gonna save again just because I'm always paranoid like that. I save the game. Good. It says please change games packs now, but I'm actually gonna change the game packs in like a minute or two because I have to go to the bathroom. So, where's my break text and is it properly formatted? Eh. See, like, I have to save my data a lot more in the newer games because it saves so fast that I'm not used to it. Have a good day at work. Where is my break text? Oh, there it is. Okay. It is super not formatted correctly. Let's fix this, shall we? By going over to the not DS break text, the HDMI break text. The transform, copy transform, go back into this one. Where did it go? At the top. Transform, face transform. There we go. I will be back in a moment. Nature calls. I'm back. Let's get this quick break text out of here. And let's actually change the game packs now. Alright, how many times is it going to take me before the Game Boy player will actually read the game? I could actually plug it into the GameCube. One try, nice. Oh. Can't hear this, but the game crashed. Take two. There we go. Our batteries run dry, blah, blah, blah. There I am. Wrong button. There's Ciceriga and the Chosen One. I've had this cartridge of Emerald crash in the stupidest ways possible. I once had it crash in the heart scale place, like the guy that you go to teach moves with the heart scales, just crashed in there for no reason. Let's see here. So I've duplicated her twice. One or two of them are sent to Generation 4, and the original one is the one that I am using in this quest. But in case things go bad, I have a duplicate of the Ribbons Quest Pokemon, Margaret. Has the Trace ability, Timid Nature, obtained in a trade, Luxury Ball, the only Luxury Ball you find in Pokemon XD, and it's found in a location in which the game forcibly takes the snag machine away from you, so anytime I would try to reset for her nature, it would take like 3 to 6 hours. $27 ribbons, because that's all you can get in Generation 3. I go to Pokenav. Wrong button. Wait, can I just search through the box? Possible to do in Gen 3. You just need specifically the Nut Pea Berry. Oh, and you also need the Lychee Berry, which you can only find on Mirage Island, or if you get a event Pokemon. Good luck. And also, all the ribbons you can obtain in Generation 3 without cheating. Hall of Fame, Cool Contest, all 4 ranks, Beauty Contest, all 4 ranks, the Smart and Cool Contests, all 4 ranks. Something to note about these two ribbons. This one had its text changed in Emerald, because it actually is different in Emerald. Here it just says the level 50 challenge. Here it says open level. In Ruby Sapphire, it'll say the level 100 challenge. You will have to have the Pokemon up to level 100 to be able to do it. However, then it's impossible to re-EV train it until Generation 5. If you trade it to Emerald, however, you can do the open level challenge. And the minimum level, well, you could put in Pokemon of any level, but the level all of your opponents will be at lowest is level 60, which is why Margaret is level 60 right now. But she needed to be level 50 only for this ribbon, and then I just made her level 60 for the other. And there's the sketch model, the effort ribbon. I believe this is the Shadow Pokemon ribbon, and then Mount Battle. Every single ribbon that you can possibly obtain in Generation 3. What was I doing again? I started tooting my own horn and then got distracted. Right, rare candies. And can I just go to the Battle Frontier and teach it counter? Is Bulbapedia just... Oh, I'm already at the Battle Frontier. Nice! Can't remember where the person I need to go to is, though. I want to say it's... No, dang it, that's the factory. I love the Mach Bike, but I hate the Mach Bike. Yeah, leveling Ghastly. Can I teach it counter? Not able. Yay! Alright. Time to duplicate rare candies. What item is Chosen One holding? A big pearl. Okay. Cloning. Oh. So. Let's get Chosen One out of here. Oh, wait. No. I forgot. I need to have Chosen One in my team. Because I can only duplicate 5 Pokemon at once, because I cannot have copy Okay, when you make a team for the Battle Frontier, you cannot have any duplicate Pokemon. Okay. I always forget how to do this, but I'll figure it out. Save the game. Put them in your party. Dang it. Button. And you go to this lady. Doesn't matter which level you choose. I'm gonna get my hand ready on the GameCube's reset button. Select 2 Pokemon. And after that pause, you reset the game. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Sure, batteries run dry. This is one reason why I like playing it on an emulator, because I don't think you really need good timing, you just need to wait for that pause to be over. Like, when you get the option to save the game, just hit reset. Yep. Uh, Another good thing to know would be, what level does it evolve to Haunter at? I'm going to guess 12, but I'm also going to pull up Bulbapedia. That way I know for sure. Oh crap, I need to plug my phone into a charger. Ghastly evolution level. $25. So, needs to be level 25. Fun fact, in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, if you dongle If you dongle any Generation 3 game in the Game Boy Advance slot, you can run into Gengar in one specific room. However, the Gengar you find in there can be level 17 at lowest, I believe. That means it is possible to find them lower than their initial evolution level, which I find entertaining. I also find it funny that you could get a level 5 Salamence in Sun and Moon. This is a little bit easier to do on my DS Lite because my DS Lite has a error where if I flip the switch to turn the power on, but like I hold it for a second or so, it just resets instead of turns off. So it's much faster than having to get up, hit the reset button. I have a level 15 Salamence in Pokemon Moon though. Like, or whatever the lowest level is. I sat there and I waited because I was like, in how many games can I legitimately get a Salamence at this level? Of course I want it. Alright, so that's 5. I need 15. So we're at 10 right now. So one more. Oh wait, I forgot to get the Pokemon out. So yeah, specifically the reason why, also, might as well. There we go. Oh, I don't have this set to withdraw. Did I save? I can't remember. It's level 5, needs to be level 20. Just need to do one more round of resetting. So yeah, I need to get this thing to be a Haunter, teach it counter. And then after I teach it counter, maybe I'll EV train it in Gen 3. Maybe I'll trade it up to Gen 4, because I have Pokerus in Gen 4. And plus, you'll be able to actually get game audio if I go to Gen 4. Oh wait, I forgot I need to deposit. Well, I don't need to, but I might as well. You know, I've seen some people hook up, is it Raspberry Pis or Arduinos to GameCube controller ports? That way they could, like, you know, feed pass inputs. I could hit the right buttons. Oh wait, I need to get Cicerega out of the PC. Mash that button. What? Why didn't you evolve? Para, you lied to me. Or Bulbapedia, you lied to me. Mission level Emerald. Oh well, that just means I have to do one more round of dupes. Wait, that's not the withdraw option. Yeah, so I'd like to take the battle challenge again, just like how I challenged it multiple times already today. The internal battery is run dry. The game can still be played, however, clock-based events will no longer occur. items. Oh, that's annoying. If I remembered what options did what all the time, this would be so much easier. Welcome back. You just missed the last round of duplication, and right, I had to put them back in the thing because I got them up to level 20 and it didn't evolve, and I was like, oh yeah, it's level 25. Yeah, I'm done cloning now. I'll teach you all the moves you need to know when you get to Gen 4. Well, except for the one that you need to learn in Gen 3. Alright, while I watch this, I'm gonna pull up the other moves that it needs to learn. For this Generation 3 strategy, it needs to know can't remember if that's one of the moves it needs to know. User, me, has, image, search. Needs to know Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Destiny. Destiny Ball. Okay. Look up the Gengar Learn set and see if I can learn Destiny Bond without breeding. I feel like such an idiot if the past 3 hours of stream are all for nothing because I forgot an egg move. Okay. By leveling up, Gengar can learn what moves do I need again? Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Destiny Bond. Shadow Ball, okay, good. I need to trade it back to Generation. What about Gen 4? Shadow Ball. Destiny Bond at level 50, though. I can learn it 5 levels earlier if I do it in Gen 3, but I'm gonna want EV train it in Gen 4. Screw it, I'll just do it in Gen 4. It's possible. Shadow Ball, Destiny Bond, EMHM, Thunderbolt. Where do I get Thunderbolt again in Gen 4? Assuming I don't already have it. Gamer. Oh, the game corner. Get it in Gen 3 too. I will cross that road when I get there. Might be soon. Literally all I needed to do here was teach it counter. Oh wait, it's a Haunter now. I should probably change this. Ugh. Did I spell Haunter right? Yep. What? Haunter Gen 3 learn set. By tutoring. Tutoring. Generation 3. No, it's not there. And my charger just fell out of my phone because this charger is loose. Okay, that just means I have to trade it. Okay. For a second, I thought this was gonna be another one of those stupid instances. 1 second. Thought this was gonna be another one of those stupid instances where Bulbapedia is wrong about something. Okay, let's put Leaf Green in the thing now. Oh, I gotta plug the other phone into the charger too. Dang it. Alright, Game Boy in hand. Leaf Green. In the Game Boy right now. Except I have the Game Boy's audio low. Try that again. My microphone isn't picking it up unless I speak, dang it. I hate this microphone. Gotta be gentle with the Game Boy because it doesn't like to read my rechargeable batteries if I fiddle with it too much. Oh cool, the battery's red. Could be a risky trade. Batteries may die at any moment. That's okay, because I have saved backups, my save files. I'll just lose all of the progress I made on stream today if it. That's okay. Again, I love the Owen versions of sprites here. You'll temporarily get Blissey back. Unfortunately, the trade evolution is not going to be on screen. Oh well. Take, take good care of Ciceriga. What? Ciceriga is evolving. No, I don't want to learn Shadow Punch. Now we just trade it back. Ugh. You know, I just realized way earlier in the stream, I was mentioning how I was going to buy some stuff to improve my stream quality. I don't think I ever specified how I was going to fix the no audio problem. I'm probably going to buy some of those cables that allow you to turn the red and white video audio cables into a headphone jack and try that. That worked before, and if it doesn't work, then I'm just screwed. Red. Yeah, so yeah, the only other way I can think to potentially fix whatchamacallit, fix the no audio problem would be to just get better capture card. Cash expensive. Yeah, I just use Sunny because it's been my nickname my entire life. Only recently have I actually remembered to spell it not all caps. Alright, now on to Peace Day Resistance. The whole point of today's stream, teaching this thing a move it'll only learn in Gen 3 and Gen 1, and thusly technically Gen 2. Ugh. Yeah, like the story behind me being called Sunny is my aunt, who I've mentioned before earlier. She's not that much older than me, but they were trying to teach little baby, my aunt, how to say my actual name, and instead of saying my actual name, she just said Sunny, and it stuck. My dad likes to take credit for giving me the nickname Sunny, but I only ever heard his claim, like 5, 10 years ago, whereas opposed to I've been told my aunt was the one who gave me the name Sunny as a nickname since she was 2 years old. Alright, so now this thing has counter. Ciceriga knows counter. Now I gotta trade it up to Generation 4 so I can EV train it because I have Pokerus on Gen 4. Because I still have my ye old save file back from when the GTS was still active. What else